Okay, good day, Almas. This is a good introduction in your first essay. Just a few grammatical issues. For instance, it should be in today's world. Uh, and then the rest of the sentence you could say, fun activities almost certainly enhance uh, children's intellectual abilities. Okay? No doubt reading is a hearsay, no doubt reading is a traditional form of learning that has been tried and tested. Or say here, no doubt, although reading is a traditional form of learning that has been tried and tested, it is still the case that various activities, that various fun activities benefit children to an even greater extent. Okay, so I'm just reading in the changes I'm making to your sentence. Okay, watch your spelling here. Okay, this essay, not easy. Okay, this essay will demonstrate the understanding of fun learning by using. Okay, instead say this essay will argue that uh, will argue for this point by appealing to examples from games consoles and sports activities. Okay. Firstly, fun learning. Okay, instead of fun learning, just say firstly, fun activities help to develop children's psychometric skills, right? So just make those changes. And then in your next sentence, say this is because such activities are innovative and creative in nature and give children a chance to think out of the box. For example, an Oxford study, okay, reveals that children who participate in games consoles, or instead of participate, just say that children who use game consoles are 60% more active, confident, and uh, okay, and critical thinkers than who children who okay, delete R only engage in reading. Therefore, it is clear that enjoyable learning, okay, again, say, therefore, it is clear that certain enjoyable activities positively impact on children's intellectual skills to a greater extent than reading. So you refer back to reading. Now, in your next paragraph, you've made a mistake that a number of people make with this essay. Um, it's a good paragraph, but the question is, does it respond accurately to the question? Now, you've spoken about skills here, okay, and that's what you should have done because the question wanted you to focus on skills, but the question also wants you to focus on imagination. Now, all of this information here um, doesn't really talk about how games or sports helps with imagination. So I hope you can see that you could have responded to the question more accurately. Um, that isn't to say that this information is not interesting and partly correct and relevant. It's just that for these kinds of essays, you want to respond to the questions as accurately as possible. Now, just with your conclusion, also remember that you need a future tense sentence as the sentence guide recommends. Okay, let's move to your next essay. Right, so you could neaten up this sentence by saying, although communication is a key element in family relationships, comma, in recent times uh, there has been a striking pattern in which communication amongst family members has decreased more and more. Okay? Then you wouldn't need this kind of sentence, so you could delete it and then continue. This essay will discuss uh, communication barriers. Okay, you don't need the within just say families with the help of examples from, not on, from electronic media and the nature of work to demonstrate points and support arguments. So once again, just a few grammatical errors, but essentially you doing the correct thing in your introduction here. Okay, firstly, electronic media has had a devastating impact on family interaction. Okay, say this instead of it. This is due to the fact that younger generations here just say are spending more and more time on social media sites like Facebook and WhatsApp. Okay, you can just say it's like that. It's easier. Okay, now according to the sentence guide, you don't really need this sentence, so you can just delete it. For example, parental research studies show that younger children spend 85% of their time on social networking. Then in this example, you should also mention something like they spend 85% of their time on social networking and therefore spend 30% less time with family members than 20 years ago, or something like that. Okay, okay. This is a good closing sentence because it relates back to your introduction and your central claim, which is that family communication has decreased because of technology. Okay, instead of family disengagement, uh, just use a simpler phrase and say are very common factors, or just say this. Secondly, uh, increasingly heavy workloads have resulted in less family communication. Okay, this is because I'd say instead say this is because um, of the fact that there is a lot of competition and challenges within the contemporary workplace. Okay, for instance, a study of sociologists highlights that the people who are engaged in demanding and competitive professions such as doctors, nurses, and engineers are only able to give an hour to their family out of 24 hours. Okay? Therefore, okay, you could just simply say, therefore, once again, it's clearly the case that aspects of the modern workplace can be connected to a drop in family communication. Okay, and once more, in your conclusion, there isn't a future tense sentence. Okay, so overall, I think these are solid essays. I hope you found the feedback I've given you useful, and I very much look forward to seeing more of your work. So please remember to submit your corrections, and if you do have any friends who you think would benefit from this kind of feedback, please recommend them to us. We'd love to help out. Thank you.